Both Fangraphs and I have the San Diego Padres ranked 16th in baseball going into the 2024 MLB season. This team's goal is to make it back to the playoffs. Last year they were disappointing, but their Pythagorean record had them being one of the better teams in baseball. They just could not win one-run games, which is weird because they had one of the best closers in baseball. They just struggled in close games. It seemed like they didn't play as a team a year ago. They get rid of Bob Melvin. I'm pretty sure Bob Melvin leaves. They bring in Mike Schilt. So we'll wait and see what's going to happen. Their big additions, Yuki Matsui from Japan, reliever. They bring in Wandy Peralta, a left-handed reliever from the Mets. Let's see, any other big additions? They just traded for Dylan Cease a year ago. Not a year ago. Like a day ago, 4 days ago as the recording of this. Dylan Cease, a big addition. In my opinion, not as big, not huge. I still don't think this team is going to make the postseason, but I can see them making it. You got the big news of the offseason. Forgot to mention, they traded away Juan Soto. Other guys they lost were Scott Barlow, Trent Grisham, who was also in that deal. They traded away Juan Soto, but I think they got a good package in return. They brought in Michael King, who, in my opinion, is going to be very good, if he's given a full season and he stays healthy. They also got Randy Vasquez, who I'm pretty sure the Yankees were pretty high on. Rotation is interesting. Dylan Cease and Joe Musgrove are both really good. I think Joe Musgrove is the ace of the staff, even though I'm pretty sure Darvish is technically getting opening day start, and Dylan Cease is not going to pitch in the Korea series that's starting in 3 days. Darvish is old, and I think he kind of started to show signs of aging a year ago, and I think he's going to continue to show signs of aging and have one of his worst years to date. Joe Musgrove is 31. I think Joe Musgrove is going to be amazing. His Baseball Savant page looks really good. Dylan Cease walks a lot of guys. I think he's a solid pitcher. I think he's going to be good. He looks like he looks like he might get comfortable in San Diego. I think their rotation is very good. They also have Johnny Brito, who the Yankees were high on, but they traded. They added some pieces to this rotation. Their bullpen, they lose an elite closer in Josh Hader. Robert Suarez is really good. He's going to jump into that spot. Yuki Matsui, coming from Japan, we'll see what he can do in the bullpen. Aniel De Los Santos from Cleveland is pretty solid. Wandy Peralta has been good in the past. So I could see. They also brought Woo Suk Go from the KBO. The pitching staff is okay. It's solid. Not elite, but it's a pretty good pitching staff, especially if they can make a playoff spot. Musgrove, Cease, Darvish, and Michael King could make a good 4 going into a playoff series. At catcher, they got Luis Campusano, who I believe can shock the world. He had an 847 OPS in 49 games last year. He also hit 7 home runs in those 49 games. Now, his BABIP was 331, so he might get a little worse, but I think he's an 800 OPS guy. I think the league is starting to realize you need offensive catcher. You can't just have the catcher position be completely horrible. So if Campusano can be a little bit better defensively, I think he can be really good. I think the problem is you do need good defense there. But the league is looking to move into a position where you're going to see more guys be good offensively there. At first base, you got Jake Cronenworth. I don't believe in him as a first baseman. I think as a second baseman, he's fine. The problem with him at first base is he's not an elite hitter by any means. He's not a power hitter. It's just you don't really have space for him to play second base, where you put Xander Bogaerts, who kind of disappointed people last year. I think he might have a bounce back type of year. He only had a 790 OPS. Similar thing with Machado, who for some reason projected to be the DH. There's no way that's true. Xander Bogaerts moving to second base, learning a new position, might be difficult for him to learn on the run as you move Ha-Seong Kim there, because Ha-Seong Kim is the better defender. It's interesting to see that, but Ha-Seong Kim, a solid offensive guy, going to be good defensively at shortstop. Bogart's moving to second, not good at shortstop. Defensively, we might see a little bit of struggle at first, but I think Bogarts is going to bounce back offensively. Ha-Seong Kim's going to be good. Third base is going to be Manny Machado. he's going to bounce back. I think he's going to be an MVP candidate again. I think he's going to bounce back, have a 900 OPS plus season, and really show why he's an amazing hitter. In left field is projected to be Jurickson Profar. It's whatever. I don't fully believe in Jurickson Profar's ability. I really don't think that he's going to be a great player. I think they're going to have to try to figure out a way to replace him. Center field is projected to be the 20-year-old, soon-to-be 21-year-old Jackson Merrill. It's difficult for young guys to kind of just get into the big leagues and be amazing. He's a projected starting center fielder. He's never played above AA. Like, he hasn't played in AAA. And he's only going to be 21. I think it's going to take time to adjust. I think he might disappoint some people early on in the year. And in right field, a common, popular MVP candidate who I believe will have a huge bounce back year, Fernando Tatis Jr. I think the way he plays is incredible. I think coming back from an injury, he kind of struggled a little bit last year. I think this team's offense can be good. I think Tatis is going to be a big part of that. You also have a guy named Graham Pauley, a prospect apparently is projected to start. I just think there's something wrong with the Padres clubhouse. Two times in the last 3 years, they have kind of disappointed people. They have struggled. I do kind of believe in this team. They look pretty good. I just think there's something wrong with the clubhouse, it seems, a little bit. I have the team going 80-82, losing 2 extra games, specifically because they lost Soto and Hader. Juan Soto was their best hitter last year. I think other guys are going to improve and get back to the places they used to be. But I would not be shocked at all if I saw this team make the playoffs and make a deep run. I have them going 80-82. My over-under was 80.5. Vegas says 81.5. I'd take the under on 81.5.